Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss here Lagrange's method of undetermined multipliers, and we see also how to find maximum and minimum function. Now let me start. When we think about this method, so there is a question in your mind: what is Lagrange's method of, or what is the Lagrange's method? Okay, this is method of undetermined multipliers, and by using this method we have to find the maximum and minimum of function. Okay, means Lagrange's method of undetermined multipliers is the method for finding minima and maxima, that is minimum and maximum value of a function subject to one or more constraint. Means here is a condition is there. Okay, so in this method there are two function is given. Okay, means f of x y z, this is a function and you have to find this value. Okay, you have to find maximum value, maximum and minimum value of this function, but there is another related function to f of xyz is given to you. So another function is given phi of xyz, this is function given to you. Okay, and this is a related function to given f of xyz. This is nothing but this is also function of x comma y comma z, and from this condition we have to find a maximum minima. So we call this is a conditional function. Okay, also you have to also write what is auxiliary equation in Lagrange's method of multipliers, means undetermined multipliers. So auxiliary equation becomes, this can be written as, this is function of f of x y z plus that is a lambda into phi of x y z, and that is equal to 0. This is auxiliary equation. But here note that what is a lambda. So lambda is called as, this is undetermined multipliers. Because of that, this lambda is multiplied on the condition phi of xyz. So lambda is called undetermined multipliers. Getting this? Okay. Now we are going to discuss here what is actual method to find Lagrangian multipliers. So let's see. Let, and consider here, let f of x, y, z be a function of three variables. So which are they? X comma y comma z. Okay, that is x comma y comma z. We consider these three variables and connected by a relation also given, and this function is connected by phi of x comma y comma z, that is equal to 0. Okay, we called for reference, this is equation number 1. Now suppose we have to find out the value of xyz, means that is our aim is to find value of x comma y comma z for finding minima and maximum function. So I am writing for which f of x y z is stationary, means we have to find here maxima and minima of this function f of x y z. So for this purpose, therefore for this purpose we construct auxiliary equation. What is auxiliary equation? Let's see. Auxiliary equation. For this purpose we construct auxiliary equation. So let's see what is auxiliary equation. Now this is a very easy part to remember this. So auxiliary equation is given by, or this auxiliary equation as, this is a function of f of x y z. This is function of f of x y z plus lambda into that is also phi of x comma y comma z, and that is equal to here 0. So that function is called as auxiliary equation. For reference, we called this is equation number second. Okay, now there is a next target or next aim of this function, given function, as we have to differentiate equation with respect to x, y, z. Because of that, it contains three variables. Means a function containing three variables, you have to use the derivative or use the type of derivative. That part is called as a partial differentiation. Okay, so simply we have to differentiate. Let differentiate equation 2 with respect to here, with respect to here three variables, means what is that, x comma y comma z. Okay, partially I am taking derivative as a partially. Okay, so if we have to differentiate this partially, so what you will get, there are, we get three equations. Now these three equations are in this way, means we have to getting here differentiate with respect to x. First, this equation 2 means you have to getting here dabba f by dabba x. Because of that, another variable are constant, therefore its derivative taken as 0, plus this is a lambda into taking derivative of phi with respect to x, means this becomes dabba phi divided by dabba x. Here y and z are constants is there, and therefore we get this is equal to 0. For reference, we called equation number 3. Okay, also if you differentiate with respect to y, so we get the next equation, that is a dabba f divided by dabba y plus lambda into dabba phi divided by dabba y is there, because differentiate with respect to y is there. This differentiate with respect to y is there, and therefore this is equal to 0. We get this is another equation. For reference, we called this is equation number 4 is there. Also, if we have to take differentiate with respect to z, therefore we have to get the third equation, that is a dabba f divided by dabba z, means differentiate with respect to z plus lambda into dabba of phi divided by dabba of z, and that is equal to here 0. For ready reference, we have to write this is equation number 5. Okay, so these are the equations getting after taking the partial derivative of equation 2, means taking partial derivative of this auxiliary equation. So from this equation, means from equation 3 comma 4 and 5, we have to find the values of x, y, z. Means from this equation we have to eliminate first lambda and find values of x comma y comma z, and these are the very essential for to finding maximum and minimum of a function. Okay, so are obtained for which to find f of x y z is stationary, means f of x y z is stationary. Means by using this value we have to find the stationary value of f of x y z. So here, that is a very important thing, is here you have to remind it, means here f of x y z is called as Lagrange's method function. Means we have to getting this value, this stationary value, and that stationary value is called as, or this method is called as here Lagrange's method of undetermined multipliers is there. And the equation 3, 4 and 5, these are the called Lagrange's equation. So which are these equation 3, 4 and 5? So let's see. The equation 3, 4 and 5 is called as Lagrangian equation. Okay, means these three equations are called, these are the Lagrangian equation, and lambda is called, what is that, this is undetermined multipliers. Okay, this is undetermined multipliers. Okay, so this value is lambda. Okay, and by using this method to find minima and maxima of any function, and given connected the function is a phi of x, y, z. Okay, clear up to this? Now we are going to discuss here some examples on this Lagrange's method of multipliers. Means we have to discuss here some example of maxima and minima. Let's see. So example number 1 is problem number 1. We call this is a P1. find the minimum value of find the minimum value of x square plus y square x square plus y square subject to condition ax plus by is equal to c. Ax plus by is equal to c. So let's see how it will be solved. You know that very well. What is a function is given, we have to find maximum value of this function. Means this function, we say this is a function of xyz and subject to the condition function means we defined here phi of xyz. So let I am taking simply, let what is a given function is, and that function you have to find out maximum value or minimum value is there. Here clearly mentioned in a question, we have to find minimum value of a function. Therefore we have to getting here f of x y z is given. What is that? This is nothing but this is a x square plus y square is there, right? This is function of x y z. Also phi of x y z is taken as, and phi of this x y z is taken as, this is condition function. So what is a condition function in a question? That is ax plus by is equal to c. I am writing now this in this way. This function always remember or always write now in this way. This is ax plus by. Now this RHS part here shifting on LHS. Always remember that, guys. This RHS part shifting on LHS means this is a minus c and you have to take RHS is completely 0. That is a function of phi of xy z. Means this is a given function, f of xyz is a given function, and phi of xyz is ax plus by minus c. That is called as a conditional function. So let after that you have to write auxiliary equation. Now auxiliary equation will be how to write auxiliary equation? This is a function of x y z plus this is a phi of x y z, and that is equal to, means here is lambda is missing is here, so this is lambda into phi, right? This is the auxiliary equation will be f of x y z plus that is a lambda into phi of x y z, that is equal to 0. This is nothing but this is auxiliary equation. So substitute the values of f of x y z and phi of x y z in this auxiliary equation. So what we are to getting? Therefore we are to getting, this is simply x square plus y square plus lambda in bracket. What is the phi of x y z? This is nothing but this is ax plus by minus c, and that is equal to here 0. Okay, this is auxiliary equation. For ready reference we have to denote the equation 1 is here, 2 is here, and this equation 3 is here. For reference is there. Okay, so here where lambda is, what is that? Undetermined multipliers, and you have to eliminate this lambda after differentiating. Okay, so differentiate equation 3 with respect to x, we get, let's see, differentiate equation 3 partially, this is very important, partially with respect to x. Because of that here function contain 2 or more variable, that's why we have to use here partial differentiation. So let's see, so what is that after taking differentiation with respect to x? So let's see, if we differentiate partially taking other variable as a constant, if we differentiate partially taking other variable as a constant, so other variable means what? Except x variable, other variable is what is that? Y square. Means differentiate only with respect to x, so we get this is nothing but 2x. X square derivative is a 2x plus lambda into derivative of this bracket again, because this is a multiplier, so this is constant, I am taking as it is in bracket ax plus by minus c. Its a derivative becomes, it is only a, and derivative of x is what is that? 1. So that is equal to 0. Because of that by and minus c, these are the constant, and you know the constant derivative is literally 0 is there. Therefore we have to getting the value for lambda, I am taking here. Therefore lambda is equal to, that is minus 2x divided by a, minus 2x divided by a, and this is a value of lambda after differentiate equation 3 After differentiate the equation 3, we have to getting. Okay, also differentiate equation 3 with respect to now next variable y partially, with respect to y partially. So what we will get here again, the differentiation of y means x is a constant, x square derivative 0, y square derivative is nothing but it is a 2y, plus again lambda as it is an into derivative of x plus by minus c. Its a derivative is clearly b because x derivative 0 and minus c derivative 0, and therefore this is equal to here 0, and we have to getting the value for y as y is equal to, this is minus 2y upon b. This is a minus 2y upon b, and this is a value for y. Okay, so here there is this is value for lambda, right? This is value for lambda, right? Okay, let's see. Again differentiate 3 with respect to now third variable z partially. So what we will get here, so here very clearly you know that again we have to differentiate equation 3 with respect to now z, but z variable is constant, therefore it is not necessary to find out with respect to z because z is not there. Okay, so these are the lambda values after differentiating equation number 3. Okay, so from equation I am taking for reference is this is equation suppose 4 and this is equation 5. Okay, so from equation 4 and 5 we have to eliminate lambda. Okay, so I am writing here from equation 4 and 5 eliminate value lambda. So from equation 4 and 5 you see that its LHS is same, that's why RHS is also same. So therefore what is that here, minus 2x divided by a, that is equal to minus 2y divided by b. So minus minus getting here plus, and 2 and 2 get here cancel, and therefore clearly you know that y is equal to b by x, means you have to writing here, therefore we have to clearly minus minus plus, and to getting the value for y. So y is equal to, that is a b by a into x. Now this is a value of y. You have to also find the value of x. Okay, not necessary you have to find only y, means this value of y in terms of x, you have to also find x in terms of y. Okay, so we are to getting this value. Okay, and we call this value as eliminating the value of lambda is there. Okay, now substituting this value of y in equation 2 we get, so what is the 2 equation, you see where is a 2 equation, you see where is a equation number 2. Okay, now let me write here substituting value of y in equation. So what is equation here in equation 2? So it's very easy right now. So let's see what is that. It is ax plus by equal to c, means I'm writing the equation 2 as it is x plus by equal to c. So ax as it is plus b into value of y is here b divided by a. Okay, value of y is here b divided by a into x, and that is equal to c. So the value of y is, I am writing now in this way, this is only b by a into x is there, b by a into x. So after simplifying, so what we will get here, if we multiplied by a on both sides, we get a square into x plus this is a b square, a and a get cancelled here, and that is equal to ac, and x remains as it is, means what is that, a square x plus b square x equal to ac. Okay, now I am writing this equation now as in this way, x is common, therefore this is becomes a square plus b square into x, that is equal to ac, and therefore value of x is, therefore x is equal, that is ac divided by a square plus b square, and this is ac divided by a square plus b square. This is a value of x. Now once you find the value of x, you find very easily value of y. Okay, so therefore value of y becomes, so y is what is that, b by a into x. So substitute x here, so what will have to getting here, b by a into ac divided by a square plus b square. Because of that, this is value of what is that, x is there. So a get cancelled and y is getting as, this is a bc divided by a square plus b square. Okay, so this is value for y is there. Okay, now let's see how to find minimum of a function. How to find minimum of a function. Therefore minimum value of, I am writing here, minimum value of x square plus y square, that is x square plus y square equal to, it is very easy, you have to substitute only the value of x and y. So what is x? X is becomes ac divided by a square plus b square, it's a square, plus here is a bc divided by a square plus b square, and it's a square. Okay, and after simplifying within one step, we have to getting here a square c square plus b square c square divided by, here the denominator is same, that's why I am taking here a square plus b square and whole bracket square. Okay, and this is your minimum value of a function. Okay, this is minimum of x square plus y square. Okay, when this is minimum of x square plus y square. Okay, now this is very easy method to find out the minimum and maximum value of a function. Okay, in this method we particularly find what is the minimum value. Okay, so clear up to this. Okay, now we are going to discuss here problem number 2. So let's see what is the problem number 2. We use here 3 variables. So let's see what is the question. Okay, so problem number 2, find minimum value of x square y z cube subject to condition 2x plus y plus 3z, and that is equal to a. Okay, so clearly you have to observe this question and you have to write what is f of xyz and what is the condition phi of xyz. So let's see, it is very clearly understanding is here. So I am writing first f of xyz. Okay, so what is the value of f of xyz is given in question. So this is x square y z cube, and you have to also give one phi of xyz, and this phi of xyz, it becomes, that is 2x plus y plus 3z, and I am writing here equal to a, shifted on this LHS we will getting, this is a minus a, and that is equal to here 0. Okay, for reference we call this is equation number 1 and we call this is equation number 2. Now after that you have to find the auxiliary equation. So how to write the auxiliary equation? So let's see. Here we discuss here problem number 2, to find maximum value of x square y z cube subject to the condition 2x plus y plus 3z is equal to a. So let f of xyz can be written as, this is x square yz square, and phi of xyz is 2x plus y plus 3z minus a. You have to remember that every conditional statement you have to write in the form of function of phi of xy z is there. Okay, so let me write here what is auxiliary equation. What is auxiliary equation? Therefore auxiliary equation, in short form I am writing here auxiliary equation B. What is auxiliary equation? This is a function of xyz plus lambda into phi of xyz, right? This is a function of xyz plus lambda into phi of xyz that is equal to 0. This is auxiliary equation. Okay, substituting the values of f of xyz and phi of xyz, so therefore we get this is x square y z cube is there, not a square, that is a z cube is there, plus lambda into that is 2x plus y plus 3z minus a is equal to 0. For reference we call this is equation number 3, and the similar process you have to apply here. What is that here? Differentiate with respect to how many variables are there you see in your question, that is x, y and z. Okay, so therefore this is function of 3 variable, that's why we have to differentiate 3 times. Means first differentiate with respect to x. Okay, so differentiate with respect to x partially, means differentiate equation 3 of equation 3. Okay, so therefore I'm writing here that is differentiate with respect to x, y and z are constant is there, and it's a derivative, it becomes a 2xy z cube, 2xy z cube plus derivative of this 2x plus y, because lambda is a constant, derivative of 2x is nothing but only 2, and y and z and a it's a derivative 0, therefore it becomes only 2 lambda, and that is equal to 0. So eliminate the value of lambda, so therefore I have to write here lambda is equal to here minus 2 to get cancel here, minus x y and z cube is there, 2 to get here cancel, minus x y z cube is there. For reference we called this is equation number 4. Also differentiate, again we have to differentiate equation 3 with respect to x partially, differentiate equation 3 with respect to x partially. So what we will get here, already we find differentiate with respect to x, now we have to find out differentiate with respect to y is there, differentiate with respect to y. Okay, so what is that? After taking differentiate with respect to y, x square and z cube are constant and means remain still is here. After taking differentiation of this equation number 3, this will get x square z cube plus here is a 3z is there, right? And differentiate with respect to y, okay, means 2x, 3z and minus a, these are the constant, and here is remaining only lambda, and that is equal to here 0, and therefore eliminate here lambda, so value of lambda it becomes that is minus x square and z cube is there, minus x square and z cube, this is the value of lambda here. Okay, for references we called the next equation, that is after 4 we called this is equation number 5. Okay, again you have to differentiate this, again differentiating, so differentiating with respect to the next variable z partially. Okay, so after taking differentiation of equation 3 partially, so we have to getting that this is x square y, this is constant, and z cube it's a derivative 3z square plus 3 lambda is equal to 0. Okay, and eliminate here lambda, we have to getting that therefore lambda is equal to, so what we will get, lambda is there minus x square y z square, minus x square y z square, this is the value of lambda after taking differentiation with respect to z partially. Okay, for reference we call this is equation number 6. Okay, so from equation number 4, 5, 6, okay, these are the values of lambda, therefore equating this. Okay, from equations 4, 5 and 6, okay, 4, 5 and 6, we get that is minus xy z cube, minus xy z cube equal to x square z cube, means minus x square z cube equal to minus x square y z square. Okay, you have to equating this, and after equating the cancellation of this similar terms, so what we will be getting that here is remaining is yz into minimum power of x will be cancelled here, so remaining here is xz, and therefore this is equal to here is remaining only xy. Okay, you have to find the value of y and z in terms of x. Because of that, this is very easy to find out the value of x first. Okay, you have to find the value of y and z here. Now this is equality here, you have to find the value of y and z. Means suppose you have to consider this is a ratio, or this is a first, this is a second, and this ratio is a third, for example, is there. Okay, if you have to equate this first two, so what you will getting the value of y is equal to x. Okay, you have to equating the first two, so we have to getting y is equal to x, and you have to equating this first and third. Because of that, you have to find value of z in terms of y. Means you have to equating first and third, what we have to getting here, z is equal to y, z is equal to y, and you observe here, therefore y is equal to x and z is equal to y. Means what is that? That is x is equal to y is equal to z. Okay, substituting in equation 2. Okay, substituting in equation 2. So what is equation 2? Equation 2 means conditional function is there. Means here 2x plus y plus 3z minus a, that is equal to 0, and therefore y and z becomes x is again, therefore this is 2x plus x plus 3x minus a, and that is equal to here 0 is there. Okay, so it becomes 2x plus x, that is 3x, and plus 3, that is 6x, and therefore 6x minus a becomes plus a on RHS, therefore x is equal to a divided by 6. X is equal to a divided by 6, and similar, this is value of y and this is value of z. Okay, so xyz once you calculated, then you have to next and final target, you have to find a maxima and minimum function. So here in the question given minimum of a function, therefore I am writing here, therefore minimum value is equal to, that is x square y z cube, it becomes, that is a divided by 6, it's a square, a divided by 6 and a divided by 6 bracket cube. So what you will getting, total power of a divided by 6, total power, it becomes 2 plus 1 plus 3, that is a 6, and this is your final answer, or this is a minimum value of a given function. Okay, so in this way you have to find minimum value of a 3 variables, right? Means x square y z cube, and subject to the condition 2x plus y plus 3z equal to a. Once again, I repeat this answer, you have to write first f of xyz, second you have to write the conditional function, that is a phi of xyz, then auxiliary equation is what? Means f of xyz plus lambda into phi of xyz, where f of xyz is x square yz cube plus lambda into 2x plus y plus 3z minus a equal to 0. Okay, and for reference we have to take the equation 3 is here, we have to label this equation as a 3. Okay, now your next target is you have to differentiate these equation with respect to x, y, z. After differentiating x, we get undetermined multiplier, that is lambda is equal to minus x y z cube. After differentiate with respect to y, partially we have to getting lambda is equal to minus x square z cube. After differentiating the value of x, we have to getting lambda is equal to minus x y z cube. After differentiating value of y, we have to get lambda is equal to minus x square z cube, and after differentiating value of with respect to z, we have to getting that here lambda equal to minus x square y z square, and from these equations we have to getting that value of x in terms of y and z, and this will get x is equal to y is equal to z, and substituting the value in the equation number second, we are to getting x is equal to a divided by 6. X is equal to a divided by 6, and this is the value of y and z, and put the values in a given function, that is x square y z cube. You have to getting that the final answer is a divided by 6 bracket power 6 is the minimum value of given function. Clear up to this? Now let me start the next equation. Let's see. Next problem. We call this problem as problem number third. Okay. So problem number third. Maximum value of find maximum value of function of xyz, means I am taking here directly f of f is equal to x square y cube z raised to 4, subject to the condition x plus y plus z equal to 5. X plus y plus z, that is equal to 5. This is your given condition. Now we have to find out how to find the maximum of function. Let's see. This is solution I am writing here. Okay, let what is the f of xyz? This is f of xyz, means your given function, that is a x square y cube z power 4, x square y cube z power 4, and phi of x y z, it becomes, this is x plus y plus z minus 5, and that is equal to here 0. Okay, so auxiliary equation will be, I am writing the auxiliary equation now in this way. This is f of x y z, means x square plus y, means I am writing once again here. Auxiliary equation means you have to write f of auxiliary equation is f of x y z plus lambda into, this is undetermined multiplier, this is phi of x y z, and that is equal to 0. Okay, substitute the value of f of x y z. This becomes x square y cube and z raised to 4 plus lambda in bracket the value of function phi, that is x plus y plus z minus 5, bracket complete, and that is equal to 0. For references, we have to give the equation number 1 for that, 2 for that, now 3 is here and 4 is here. Okay, this is equation number 2 is there. Okay, this is equation number 2, 3, 4 is there. Now especially you have to write the equation of auxiliary equation as you have to take the only one equation, that is equation number 3. For ready references, equation number 3 is there. Let's see. Now this equation 3 we have to differentiate. We have to differentiate with respect to how many variables x, y, z are there. Therefore we have to differentiate equation 3 times. So let me first differentiate equation 3 partially with respect to x first. Okay, so what we have to get in here, if we have to differentiate with respect to x first, we have to getting 2xy cube into z raised to 4. Because of that, here x square derivative becomes 2x, x square derivative becomes 2x, means 2xy cube z power 4. Here z and y are constant, therefore these terms as it is, plus here lambda in bracket x plus y plus z minus 5 is, its derivative becomes derivative of x only 1 and yz minus 5 derivative 0, therefore it becomes only lambda, and lambda is equal to here 0. Okay, so that's why I am writing here, therefore value of lambda is equal to minus of 2x y cube z power 4. We called for references this equation number 4. Okay, also again differentiate equation 3 partially with respect to, now y is there, second variable now, what, y. Okay, now you have to find out the differentiation with respect to y. So it will get, that is a 3x square. Okay, means a 3x square as it is, y derivative of y cube, it is a 3y square, means y square and z power 4 as it is. Because of that, only you have to take derivative of y, x and z are constant, therefore these x and z as it is, plus a lambda, and that is equal to 0. Okay, so therefore we get lambda is equal to minus 3x square y square and z raised to 4 is there. Okay, and this is equation number, what is that, 5 is there. Okay, again we have to differentiate. Okay, there is also next is remaining is there, we have to differentiate with respect to, again z is there, therefore differentiate 3 with partially with respect to z is there. After taking differentiate with respect to z, it will becomes x and y are constant, means there is a 4x square y cube and here z cube, because differentiation only z raised to 4 is a 4 z cube plus lambda, and remaining terms in this bracket still remains constant, therefore only plus lambda is there, and that is equal to 0. Okay, so therefore we get lambda is equal to, what is the value of lambda here? We have to see lambda is equal to minus 4x square y cube and z power 3 is there. Okay, so this is called equation number 6 for references. Okay, so therefore I am writing again from equation here 4, 5 and equation 6, these are the values of lambda, therefore equating this value, so what we have to getting here, so minus minus there will be plus sign is there, therefore I am writing here directly 2xy cube z power 4, that is equal to 3x square y square z power 4, and that is equal to 4x square y cube z cube is there. Means first term after differentiating with respect to x we get, second term after differentiating with respect to y we get, and third term after differentiating with respect to z we get. Okay, so cancel the minimum power of x first, means in the first equation we have to cancel x, so remaining is yz, therefore remaining is, we have to cancel this minimum power of x, and after cancellation x, y and z, so remaining part we have to getting here 2yz, this becomes 2yz, that is equal to 3xz, that is equal to 4xy. Okay, means you have to cancelling the minimum power of xyz, you have to getting this, and your next target you have to find y and z in terms of x, therefore comparing these first two we have to getting that y is equal to, this is a 3 divided by 2 into x, and z is equal to, here is a 2x. Okay, and if we have to find the value of x and z, then this substituting in equation 2. Okay, therefore substituting in equation 2, substituting y and z in equation 2 is there. So where is equation 2? You see this is equation number 2, means x plus y plus z minus 5, therefore x remains as it is, plus value of y is 3 divided by 2 into x, plus value of z is becomes 2x, and that is equal to minus 5 is there, means I will write now 5 on RHS, that is equal to 5. So it will get totally 9x divided by, or 9x is equal to 10, therefore x equal to, here is a 10 divided by 9 is there. Okay, x is equal to 10 divided by 9. Okay, once you find the value of x, so therefore value of y I am writing here, therefore value of y, and value of y it becomes, that is a 3 by 2 into x, therefore this is equal to 3 by 2 into value of x, that is 10 divided by 9, so what we will get finally, that is a 5 divided by 3. Also therefore z is equal to, z is nothing but it is a 2x, so this will get 2 into value of x, that is a 10 divided by 9, so what you will get here, 20 upon 9, so 20 upon 9 is there. Okay, and next and remaining part, you know what is that, after finding the value of this x, y and z, so the part remaining is becomes maximum value of the given function. What is the given function? Is x square y cube and z power 4, that is equal to, x square means here 10 by 9 it's a square, y square y cube means 5 divided by 3 it's a cube, and 20 upon 9 it's a bracket power 4 is. Okay, after simplifying this we have to getting that here x square y cube z power 4, after simplifying this is a 2 raised to 10 into 5 raised to 9 divided by 3 raised to 15, means above calculation can be written as now in this way. Okay, now your this answer is also same, okay, but we solve one more step is there, okay, and this is maximum value, okay. So I'm writing here, this is a maximum value, this is a maximum value, right? So these are the important questions on maximum value, okay. After that we have to also take the next example of find the maximum of a given function. So it is clear up to this. Now I'm going to discuss here next problem. Let's see. Find the minimum and maximum value of, so I'm writing here, so problem number 4, find the maximum value of, find the maximum value of x power m y raised to n and z power p when conditional function is given to you, that is x plus y plus z, that is equal to a. Let's see how to write the solution, okay. So it is very crystal clear is there, you know very well. So how to write the first auxiliary equation and how to write the given function, let's see. So I'm writing here f of x y z. So what is f of x y z? This is x power m y power n z power p. Again phi of x y z means function of, means conditional function is given to you. This is x plus y plus z minus a is there, okay, and that is equal to 0. Conditional function, its RHS term shifting on LHS, it will get plus or it may be minus will be there. So this will get RHS is totally make a 0, okay. Therefore auxiliary equation will be, therefore auxiliary equation will be, auxiliary equation b, writing now in this way, this is x power m y power n z power p plus lambda into, I'm writing x plus y plus z minus a, that is equal to 0. For references we label these equations 1, 2, and this equation is equation number 3. Let's see. So now we have to differentiate with respect to x, y, z partially, okay. So first I am taking differentiate with respect to x partially. Which equation? We have to differentiate equation partially 3, okay. So let's see. So after taking the differentiation with respect to x, we get here m into x power m minus 1 into y power n and z power p. Because of that here differentiate with respect to x only, y and z are constant, so y and z remains still as it is, plus here is remaining is only lambda and that is equal to 0. So therefore I am writing here value of lambda. So value of lambda is equal to minus m x raised to m minus 1 into y raised to n and z power p as it is, okay. So this is nothing but differential with respect to x partially. So similarly again differentiate with respect to x. Now we already differentiate with respect to x, now we differentiate with respect to here y. Differentiate with respect to y, we get, so what we will get here, this is x and z is a constant here, therefore n into x raised to m y raised to n minus 1 and z raised to p as it is, plus lambda and that is equal to 0. Therefore from this we are getting value of lambda. Lambda is equal to, what is that here, lambda here minus n into x power m minus 1 means this x power m as it is, not this is differential only with respect to what is that, y is there. So x power m and y power now here n minus 1 and z power p, we are to getting this value for lambda. For references we call this is equation number 4 and this is equation number what, 5, okay. Now let's see, again differentiating, okay. So again differentiating equation 3 with respect to the next variable z partially. So we get the partial is what, we get differentiation of only p, right? X and y are constants, therefore I am writing here p x raised to m as it is, y raised to n as it is, and z power here p minus 1. Because of that differentiation of p partially with respect to z, we are to getting that here z raised to p into p, means z raised to p minus 1 into p is there, okay, plus here lambda, and that is equal to here 0. Therefore we get lambda is equal to, you see the lambda is equal to what, and just you see on your screen. So what is the lambda? Lambda is equal to here minus of p x power m y power n and z power p minus 1 is there, okay. For references we called equation number 6 is there, okay. And from this equation, means from equations, which equation? Number 3, equation number 4 and number 5, we have to getting that here from equations 3, 4, 5 and here 6, okay. From equation 3, 4, 5, 6, from auxiliary equation, and mostly equation 4, 5 and 6 is there, okay. 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what we have to getting that here, let's from equation, which is the equation number 4, equation number 5 and equation number 6. From equation 4, equation 5 and equation 6 is there, okay. From these two equation you have to getting, these are value of lambda, therefore equating will get the negative sign becomes its positive sign, and therefore it will get, this is m into x power m minus 1 y raised to n and z raised to p. Therefore this is equal to n into x raised to m y raised to n minus 1 z raised to p, that is equal to p into x raised to m y raised to n and z power p minus 1 is there. And therefore cancelling the minimum power of terms in all equating signs, though we have to get m divided by here x equal to n divided by here y equal to p divided by z, okay. Now our next target is you have to find value of y and z in terms of x. You have to compare first two, we have to getting the value of y, okay. So therefore getting the value of y is equal to, this is n divided by m into x, this is n divided by m into x, and also you have to find the value of z in terms of x, means you have to compare first and third. So it will get z is equal to, that is a p divided by m into what is that, x is there, okay. So substituting the value of y and z in equation number 2, okay. So therefore you have to use these values in equation number 2, therefore equation 2 becomes, so what you will get here, equation 2 is nothing but this is x plus y plus z minus a, that is equal to 0 is there. You know the value of x is x plus value of y, that is n divided by m into x, plus value of z, that is a p divided by m into x, and that is equal to a is there, okay. And this will get value of x is, therefore value of x is equal to, that is am divided by, this will get m plus n plus p, this is value of x, okay. So substitute the value of x in equation number, which in equation of or above equation, y and z will get obtained, okay. So therefore I am writing here y is equal to, y is nothing but it is n divided by m into x, so n divided by m into x is again am divided by m plus n plus p, so cancellation of terms, and we have to getting that here a into n divided by m plus n plus p, right. Also therefore value of z, it becomes z is taken as a p divided by m into x, so therefore this is a p divided by m into value of x is again am divided by m plus n plus p, so get cancelled, and here is ap divided by m plus n plus p is there, okay. And there is a last part of answer is remaining. So what is that? You have to write the maximum value of function. So therefore I am writing, therefore maximum value of function of which function is there? X raised to m, y raised to n, z raised to p, that is equal to, here is a raised to, means I am combining, taking the power a raised to m plus n plus p into m raised to n into n raised to n and into p raised to p, into p raised to p, and total divided by is there m plus n plus p, and also it's a bracket power m plus n plus p. This is m plus n plus p. Okay, and this is answer. This is a maximum value. This is a maximum value. Okay, now this is all about this question number or problem number 4. Means you have to given a maximum function, you have to find the maximum value of a given function x raised to m, y raised to n, z raised to p when x plus y plus z is equal to a. So conditional statement is given x plus y plus z minus a equal to 0, and f of x is now in this way. We have to take the auxiliary equation now in this way. Okay, so auxiliary equation, it becomes x raised to m, y raised to n, z raised to p plus lambda into x plus y plus z minus a, that is equal to 0. We have to differentiate this, getting lambda, differentiate with respect to y, getting again lambda, differentiate with respect to z, getting again lambda, and we have to equate these values of lambda. You have to getting the values of y and z in terms of x. Once you find the value of x, y and z, we have to getting the maximum value of function is here. So your final answer is a raised to m plus n plus p into m raised to m, n raised to n, p raised to p divided by m plus n plus p bracket power m plus n plus p. This is your answer. Okay, this is all about Lagrangian undetermined multipliers. Means in this video we have to discuss here completely how to find Lagrange's undetermined multipliers, means how to find minima and maxima of a given function subjected to the given condition. Understood, guys? Okay, now it is sufficient for today, and completed here Lagrange's method of undetermined multipliers. Thank you.